La passion de la musique avec Rolex.
Faites place à Champion, un opéra d'avant-garde présenté pour la première fois au Metropolitan Opera de New York.
The Met was the pinnacle of my dream, when since I was a little kid, I always wanted to sing here.
It feels good, man. It feels very, very good.
These are some of the most amazing voices on the planet, and to hear them sing something that I've created is overwhelming.
I just hope that this audience comes in and kind of drops their preconception of what they think opera is supposed to be, because this is not just an opera.
Nous entrons dans les coulisses pour observer de près l'intense programme de répétition jusqu'à la première. À l'entraînement avec le nouveau champion du Met Opera, deuxième round. Le compte à rebours est lancé. Plus que 2 semaines avant la première de Champion, un opéra en jazz. L'orchestre répète, mais ce n'est que la partie émergée de l'iceberg. Le Met est comme un immense paquebot qui ne s'arrête jamais.
We literally have a stage that is in 24-hour use, because after this morning we had a rehearsal for Champion. Tonight we have a performance of Rosenkavalier. Overnight, a night gang will be transforming the scenery back to Champion so we can resume rehearsing it tomorrow morning. So it's non-stop. And but that's the way we like it. It's controlled chaos.
Same thing for the reporters on the announcement of the 2 boxers.
Le célèbre trompettiste de jazz, Terence Blanchard, est entré dans l'histoire en 2021 en devenant le premier compositeur noir à voir son travail présenté au Metropolitan Opera.
Being here is surreal for me. You know, I'm a jazz musician. That's not my daily grind, you know. This place has so much history in it, and you can feel it in the walls. And there's so many great people working here who have been here for years who know what they're doing.
De nombreux artisans et artistes sont mobilisés autour d'un même objectif, porter à la scène le destin bouleversant d'Emile Griffith.
I play the Emile that is still innocent, with big dreams and big hopes. And in the process of the opera, you see those hopes become less hope and more what reality is. And him having to not only cope with the fact that he is sexually not what he originally thought he was, and getting to a point where he realizes that the society does not accept who he is, and it crushes him.
Emile Griffith arrive à New York dans les années 50. Sa carrière de boxeur décolle. Il devient champion du monde des poids welter. Mais dans un univers aussi masculin que la boxe, il cache un secret, sa bisexualité. En 1962, son adversaire Benny Kid Barrett lui murmure des insultes homophobes. Emile Griffith le frappe et le plonge dans le coma. Il mourra peu après. Jusqu'à la fin de sa vie, Emile sera hanté par la culpabilité. Pour mettre en musique cette histoire captivante, le compositeur fusionne différents genres musicaux, du gospel au calypso, en passant par l'opéra traditionnel, la samba et le jazz. L'improvisation est un élément clé de cet opéra.
I think the challenge here is something that is coming out of the fact that we're not used to having a jazz quartet in the pit. But what we have, this drum set, in a way, once you start the number, the drummer becomes kind of the conductor. And so there is this wonderful interaction that I get to have with the drummer to kind of negotiate a little bit on tempos.
Being a jazz musician, I've never played the same tune the same way. You know, that's just not what we do. So I allow them a lot of freedom because it's about expressing yourself, you know, and it's about finding that vibration that kind of best tells the story at that moment.
I can add my own special flavor, my own special color. So I'm looking forward to surprising even the orchestra on the opening night.
They'll have to come every night, every
yeah,
performance to see what she does.
Because I'm going to do something different every night, so I can't wait to play.
And that's for me as a person who doesn't have that background, and watching her and watching some of the other singers in the show has been a learning experience for me.
Sounds good, bro. Looks good.
That I have no doubt.
When we get on stage, what we'd like for us to do is look like one unit and one community, and we're going to do it for movement.
Des passages chorégraphiés, réunissant de nombreux danseurs, ajoutent une saveur particulière à cet opéra novateur. Un défi supplémentaire pour la troupe qui est mise à l'épreuve lors d'un exercice gestuel.
I was really excited to work with the actors on their different movements, and I was really inspired by the rhythm that Terrence composed, so I wanted to do something that incorporated boxing moves and warm-ups, but had a rhythm to it. So we had push-ups in there, we had jabs, so a little bit of everything.
You know, I'm realizing that I'm not only an opera singer, but I have the heart of a dancer. And that it may not be that way for the dancers watching me dance, but I feel like I'm really treading new ground as a performer, getting in my body. You know, this show, specifically Champion, is showcasing that we as opera singers have more than just voices.
Pendant que les répétitions battent leur plein, les dernières touches sont apportées au costume.
What we're doing is figuring out the lettering and spacing. Right now we're cheating it lower so that when the hood's down, you can still see the name.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Madison Square Garden.
La tension monte et tout se passe sous l'œil vigilant des régisseuses qui coordonnent une multitude de personnes.
We'll be officiating 15 rounds between the challengers.
Maestro, we're ready. Thank you. We're going to go back and do this earlier move when we come back.
You need to be calm. You need to be able to handle crises and keep everybody else calm. Yasmin is out there calling all the rail cues, everything that flies, the deck cues, the automation, everything that moves. And for the artistic process, she's out with the director in the house. I'm on stage communicating back with her, and I'm making sure I get all the people there, all the costume changes, all the props are set. So between the two of us, we manage everything.
For me, the biggest challenge is it's a brand new opera. And we have a living composer who's sitting 2 seats away from me in the house. So musically, it requires a little more effort to get to know the piece and understand the musical language, because modern musical language can be very different from sort of doing a historical Mozart or anything like that.
C'est enfin le soir de la première. Et la magie opère. Le rideau se lève sur cette nouvelle production de Champion sous les yeux de presque 4000 spectateurs.
Gonna make you a hat that will make you pretty, pretty like you've never been before. Gonna make you a hat that'll make it hard. heart like you never dreamed you could be before.
Ce chef-d'œuvre fait partie intégrante de la vision du Met pour l'avenir. La compagnie entend donner un nouveau visage à l'opéra en proposant des œuvres contemporaines et accessibles et des histoires auxquelles le public peut s'identifier.
The goal is to bring people into the room, so they can experience opera. There was a gentleman that said to me, he said, man, if this is opera, I'll come. And that blew me away because basically he's telling me, I saw myself on the stage. I saw a story that I knew about, something I can relate to my life.
We can certainly make efforts to make opera more relatable and more relevant for a broader and younger audience, and we have to. And it's also why we're going to be presenting over the next 5 seasons, 17 Met premieres, which is an unparalleled number of new work, probably in the entire history of the Metropolitan Opera, in all of its 140 years.
With this opera champion, I have the opportunity to break the preconceptions of opera goers. When opera fans and fanatics come see the show, they're going to experience and see things they don't normally see.
Musica, la passion de la musique avec Rolex.